Hello everyone and welcome to my Jade and Dying Mall series. In today's video episode, I'm taking you guys through the Tropicana Gardens Malls in Kota Damansara. This is one of the modern malls which I think was started its business in the year 2020. Right now I'm here on the weekday. It is around 12 p.m. so by right it's supposed to be the peak hour period for this mall since it's the lunch hour. As you can see, I'm recording this video just right before the Chinese New Year. So by right the foot traffic should be much higher since it's close to the holiday season. And for context, today is my 6th time coming to this mall. The first 2 times when I visit this mall was during its early days. The time it was a very new mall. During that time, I took my family here just to have a different experience and feel. But after the second visit, we no longer come here because there are better options within close proximity. So on this level, the mall management call it the CC level. Pretty much consists of the Grocer, and there's lots of F&B varieties on this floor. And as you can see on this video, during the lunch hour time, the foot traffic is kind of low to my expectation. So this side of the mall seems to be very interesting. They have quite a nice concept. It does look like a street level feel. However, the retail outlets doesn't reflect that anymore. If I remember correctly, during my early days coming to this mall, this area was much more bustling compared to what it is now. So for those viewers who are watching this video in my channel for the first time, I like to have a disclaimer that the video that I'm recording for all the mall series are for your entertainment. It is not meant for documentary or any truth or facts. This is just based on my personal opinion and observation during my visit on that day on the particular mall. So if you enjoy what I'm doing, I hope you can do me a favor by clicking the like button and also share this video to your friends and family. Most important thing that you can help me to grow my channel is to consider subscribing, as it will greatly boost my confidence so that I can continue to make more exciting video like this in the future. So overall, the foot traffic on level CC is alright. It's slightly on average in my personal opinion, considering that now is a lunch hour. But in terms of the retail participation on this floor, I'm estimating about 70% occupancy. But honestly, in my personal opinion, the number of F&B retail participation on level CC is quite good. They have quite a good decent varieties for those who want to come here just for F&B. However, considering the foot traffic and the people dining in, I think the mall management has a lot of work to do in terms of marketing to attract retail participation and also consumers to participate in this mall. But in my honest opinion, I think the office towers and the service apartment residents here should be enough to sustain at least the village grocer. However, because there are so many F&B retailers here, they definitely need more foot traffic. Otherwise, I think the current F&B retailers might be having difficult time to continue their operation here. Right now, I'm on level ground floor. Even by stepping foot immediately, as you can see in the video, there are many retail outlets that are currently vacant. So this may not be a very good sign for a mall of this stature, considering that it is a very modern mall and the design of the mall is very modern and the walking area is quite wide. So for those who are unfamiliar with Kota Damansara, the demographic of this area is very diverse in terms of income and race. So there is quite a good mixture. However, strangely enough, it doesn't really translate to the mall's success. The reason is very likely obvious. There are just too many malls operating in close proximity. The main malls that are pulling all the foot traffic and the retail participation would obviously be one Utama, and another one close by would be the Starling Mall, which is doing much better in my personal opinion compared to Tropicana Gardens Mall. So far, I'm halfway towards the entire ground floor. As you can see in this video, the foot traffic is quite low as compared to the CC floor. So this, in my opinion, is not a very good sign since we are only at the ground floor, as I believe as we go up to the first and second floor, it is going to be much worse. That is always the case. Based on my personal observation after walking through the entire ground floor, the retail participation is hovering between 70%. So in matter of fact, it's quite similar participation like in the lower floor. The Tropicana Gardens Malls, for those who are unaware, was recently sold not too long ago to IOI. So as you can see in the video, some of the retail outlets which are covered by those planks, you will notice that it's called IOI Mall Damansara. So this will be a new name for the mall. It's no longer called the Tropicana Gardens Malls. It's now called the IOI Mall Damansara. And to be upfront with you, the malls that are are currently managed by IOI, whereas in the Puchong or the one in Putrajaya, they are managed quite well. In fact, above my expectation. Why do I say that? It's because the IOI Mall in Puchong was a very old mall, but however, to my surprise, they managed to reinvent themselves, and currently they are doing quite well in my personal opinion. If you look at the exterior for the IOI Puchong, it does look a bit old-fashioned, but however, if you go into the IOI Mall in Puchong, you will notice that inside interior the mall is kind of modern. Most importantly, the retail participation is above 90% and the foot traffic is way above average. So another mall that are doing extremely well will be the IOI City Mall in Putrajaya. That mall has done so well that currently is one of the top mall in Malaysia. So as you can see, I believe with IOI taking over as management, they might turn around in a couple of years if they manage to do what they do in the IOI Puchong and the IOI City Mall in Putrajaya. So that is my personal opinion. So do you guys agree that IOI can revive IOI Mall Damansara, or you disagree? Share your opinions in the comments down below. So right now I'm on level 1. The food participation on this level is more or less the same like on the ground floor, maybe slightly lesser based on my observation. For the audience that never dropped by to this mall before, the size of this mall is of slightly above average in terms of build up. So if you are bringing your families for a good time here and you plan to do window shopping, so this mall is kind of a decent size if the retail participation is at full capacity. However, as you can see in the video, at level 1 you're looking at like 60% retail participation, so there's a lot of void spaces. One thing I like to make aware is that I'm trying to give an unbiased review on the mall based on my observation walking to the mall on that day. So depend on which time and day I drop by to the mall, the foot traffic may differ. So for example, right now, as I mentioned, it's on the weekday and it's during the lunch hour period. The foot traffic is way below what is necessary, I believe, keep this mall alive. However, on the weekend, the traffic may differ. For those who have dropped by to this mall on a weekend recently, do share in the comments down below what is the traffic like, as it's been a long time since I dropped by to this mall on the weekend. So in a sense, I'm trying to give my unbiased review, just like all other reviewers for any product. It's not my intention to promote or talk negative about anything. It's just based on what I've seen and experienced during that day. One advantage about this mall is it has an MRT station which is walking distance away, so the connectivity there may help this mall in the future. Who knows, since IOI management has taken over. Guess how much IOI purchased this mall from Tropicana? Based on the information online, this mall was sold to IOI for 650 million ringgit, so it's kind of a big sum. You tell me in the comments down below if you think that this mall that was sold to IOI is worth 650 million ringgit. As for the mall's location in Kota Damansara, it has a very high visibility in terms of the mall's location, since it's facing a main road with high traffic and is surrounded by a lot of residents and commercial buildings. But even with that, the Tropicana Mall, when it was under their care, failed to do what they need to do until they have to sell the entire mall to IOI. Now for those who are watching my channel for quite a while, I think you guys likely know that this mall is under a single management. So all retail and leasing are handled by the central management, which is currently the IOI Mall Damansara. And for those who are watching my mall video for the first time, there is a difference between the central management and stratified mall. Most modern malls are managed by a single management, so all renting and leasing are handled by them. So all the retail outlets are owned by a single entity. Unlike most of the older malls, example like the one in USJ Summit, which I recorded some months back, and also the Sungai Wang Plaza, every retail lots are owned by each individual retail owners, so the leasing and rental have to be managed by them. So in short, the individual retail owners will do the leasing and rental themselves. So the price may vary for each individual lot, including the one next to each other. So I hope you get the idea. Right now I'm on level 2, so this level seems to be worse compared to the level below, which is the level 1. So as you can see, there's even more retail outlets that are completely vacant. So I'm going to walk through the entire floor. I'll give you an estimation of how many retail outlets that are vacant. My last visit to this mall at that time was still under the old management, which is the Tropicana, and it was during a weekday. I came in the morning and lunch time and the tea time as well, or 3 visits meeting a client. That was my only weekday participation in this this mall. However, that was during the early 2024 and towards the mid 2024. Right now, fast forward to 2025, I did not expect this mall to sink further since it has a very good visibility in terms of consumer spending has changed so drastically. It affects the retailer participation and also the consumer. As we all know that currently in the digital age, many Malaysians are very open to online shopping, unlike before the pandemic era. I'm not saying before the pandemic people don't spend online, it's just that consumer fast-track their online purchases during that time. So right now, as you can see, things has changed quite drastically compared to what it was previously, and malls of this stature used to be able to attract a lot of foot traffic, and retailers are now struggling even to keep the mall afloat and attractive. So honestly, after walking 3/4 on the level 2, I observed that there are more staff than customers walking on this level. So it's kind of miserable in my personal opinion. I do understand why people don't come up to this level. It's because they lack retail participation. I believe nobody likes to walk to a floor that most of the retail outlets completely vacant, as there are practically nothing to see even for a window shopper. So overall, the retail participation on level 2 is hovering at 50 to 55% participation. So that is not a good sign for IOI Mall and its new management. I think they have a lot of work to do to market this place and also to attract their existing retailers from their Puchong and Putrajaya Mall. Maybe give them some rebates in terms of rental to fill up the retail spaces, at least to get the mall going again, because it's like a chicken and egg thing. In my opinion, if there's lacking of retailers in the mall, the consumer will likely avoid the mall altogether, because there's so many other malls which are offering better retail experience. Example, the one that is close by, which is the one Utama. Currently, the IOI Mall management has a very tough job ahead, but based on their past success, I believe they could pull this through. But that is my personal opinion. What do you guys think? Right now, I'm on level 3. The moment I reach this level, as you can see in the video, there's a GSC cinema right in front, and at least they have an entertainment area for those who are going for movies. So I believe during the weekend, this site might be a bit more crowded than usual. But overall, as you can see towards this section, there are many boarded up retail spaces that are available for renting. If you guys are keen to participate in this mall, maybe you can talk to the mall management and they give you a huge rebate. I'm not promoting anybody, it's just that there are so many space for rental. Maybe they give a good deal. But overall, this floor, it looks a bit more dimmer and darker as compared to the lower floors, and the foot traffic so far has dwindled down significantly. I remember when I was much younger, during my 20s or 30s, malls like this are usually packed shoulder to shoulder, and retail spaces are taken up by the retailer in weeks or maybe some months. But looking at today, things have changed so drastically that this sort of mall, even with its wide open walking area, with its modern design and approach, and on top of that they have a MRT station which is just directly next to this mall, is failing to attract any retail participation and consumers to participate in the mall. Gone were those days. So this level on the third floor, they have quite a few F&B, so I believe it's slightly more lively on the center court, maybe because also GSC cinema is there. As we walk through the other section, it is almost completely void of anyone. So one thing I observed that the mall's design, the walking path is of a P design, just based on my observation. It's not very fluid. The center court side is okay, you just walk in circle, you won't get lost that easily. However, on the other end where you have the access book, that is where you walk towards the cul-de-sac. They do have an escalator to go up and down. So as you can see, this floor on level 3, the food participation has dropped quite significantly. Most importantly, the retail outlets here, they're looking at 40 to 50% participation. So I'd like to throw a question to the audience. Have you guys personally dropped by to Tropicana Gardens Mall before, during its early days? And why do you think the mall is failing? So I believe you guys may have a different opinion. Do share in the comments down below so we can have a discussion. As for the parking in this mall, the accessibility is quite good. The moment I come in from Tropicana side, there's an underground ramp for me to access the parking area, and inside the parking area is quite brightly lit, and the spaces in between car park are quite large, even if you are driving an SUV. Other than that, there are many car park spaces during my visit here during the weekend lunch hour time, so I did not hunt for any parking spaces. The moment I reached, it's just an open area with lots of car parks. On the weekend, however, things may be different. Do share in the comments down below if you recently come to IOI Mall Damansara during during the weekend, and do share with us what is the parking space availability during the weekend. So guys, that's all for the Tropicana Garden Mall video. I hope you guys really enjoyed it as much as I do recording for you guys. If you want to seriously support me, I hope you guys can do me a favor by liking this video and sharing this video to your friends and family. Most importantly, consider subscribing to my channel, and this will greatly help my channel to grow. My name is Chester Cheng, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Cheers guys!